Hello everyone and welcome to today's More Report on Friday the 14th of October with me, Rich Perry, Market Analyst at Hantec Markets. We've got a relatively positive start, it would look like, on the European trading session. Interesting that we've seen a recovery in the dollar. You can see that the euro's lower, sterling's lower, and the yen is also weaker, dollar yen rising. But the recovery in risk appetite has come on the back of the better than expected Chinese inflation data, and that's helping the Aussie dollar and the Kiwi dollar to sort of find some support today. And also, interestingly, gold and silver remain under a little bit of sort of subdued pressure, I'd say. And let me just show you that Chinese inflation, because this is an important chart. Sorry, wrong chart. So we've got Chinese PPI. Now this is now the highest, as you can see here, ticking up to plus 0.1% for the year-on-year data. Highest since 2012. January 2012 was the last time it was positive. So this is a really interesting bit of news, because basically Chinese inflation has been improving in recent months. Let me show you also the well, it's ticking lower slightly, but picked up this month on the CPI. But the PPI is the one that everyone's interested in, because this just shows how this is going to be an improvement for the margins of the of companies in China, and also suggests that perhaps there is a stabilization of the slowdown that we're seeing potentially. Anyway, that has helped to drive risk appetite today, and that is obviously being seen through through the forex markets, with the Aussie and the Kiwi pulling higher, and also equity markets are positive as well. Now we had a turnaround yesterday with markets into the close in the States. Now that move certainly helped. Was certainly helped by the turnaround in. Let me just show you the dollar, and that sort of just had the US dollar back on track almost after a bit of a wobble session yesterday. That came with the oil price also rising higher again, regaining lost ground. There was a mixed outlook really in the inventories report from the EIA, and you had distillates and gasoline stocks, which were still in drawdown mode, but slightly higher than expected inventory build for the crude oil stocks. But what the impact that had was a big sort of dip initially to back towards 49.36, but then strongly recovered again, and this outlook is continuing to sort of benefit from that today, that improvement in the oil price. So that's pretty much why we're seeing markets trading higher today. Now sterling is weaker again, underperforming from the comments from Donald Tusk, which would suggested that again the EU is going to be sort of playing hardball with the UK. That sort of leads to potential for hard Brexit. That has tended to sort of put sterling under pressure in recent days, and that is surely going to help to support the FTSE as well. But certainly at the moment, risk appetite is positive. Now, in terms of what we're looking out for today, you've got the retail sales at 1:30, you've got Michigan sentiment at 3 o'clock, and Janet Yellen speaks at 6:30. Now, this retail sales data is expected to come out at plus 0.4% for the ex-autos data. And that's the core retail sales, and that is an improvement from the last couple of months, and also that would generate an uptick in the year-on-year data. So that would be considered to be a positive number. And then you've got the Michigan sentiment, which annoyingly, this chart is the prelim data. The final data was 91.2, so 91.9 is the expectation for the Michigan sentiment. So that would again suggest an improvement there. So the consumer data today for the States is expected to be fairly positive and supportive of the dollar, and supportive of the sort of attitude of the Fed going into December rate hikes, so, or potential. And Janet Yellen's speech tonight is likely to back that up, following on from the Fed minutes, where she was sort of deemed to be sitting almost on the fence, or deemed to be sort of possibly ready to move towards voting for a hike. So it'll be interesting to see what she comes out with in a speech today. But certainly at the moment, the expectation is that the Fed is moving towards a rate hike in December. So with that in mind, I wish you good luck in your trading. I'm going to return again with my analysis of the Lucky 8 trading instruments. So I wish you good luck in your trading today. Thank you very much.